Hey guys, welcome to today's Goodwill Garage Sale Finds, episode 90. I know it's been a while since I last uploaded a video to this series, but that is okay. I kind of needed a small break after a little bit, but hey, I'm back. Um, so today's episode is being recorded on May 31st on a Friday of 2024. Um, so basically, I have four garage sale finds to show off. Well, kind of. The first garage sale had nothing to offer other than like a um a beautiful soft fluffy blanket. But even at that, it's like I even looked at it a little bit more. It's just like, yeah, I'm not really interested as much into the blanket, so I ended up passing and left garage sale number one. Garage sale number two, I went to, just had to walk another additional 10 minutes to get to the next one. Let's just say I did a lot of walking. And I spent $2 at garage sale number two. So garage sale number two had these, TY Beanie Babies and a little bit of mixed variants of, stuffed animals. You'll see here in a minute. So here we got the, TY Teenies series. Here is Bushy the Lion. I recognize him because I do have the original Bushy the Lion in my collection. And then Rocket the Blue Jay. This is the only one that had a tag. So here's Rocket. And Rocket and Bushy together were both two for $1. And then they had a lot of Build-A-Bears. And I asked the lady how much they were selling their Build-A-Bears and a little bit of non-Build-A-Bears stuffed animals. And she said they were 50 cents each. So this one here is a fox. This one is FAO Sorts, which is a fox plush that I do not have. So if you look right here, there it is. There's a little metal button and the touch tag that says Swartz, or however you pronounce it, but he's really cute. I don't have him. Well, I didn't have my collection, and I'm getting him for 50 cents. And then the only Build-A-Bear that I end up purchasing from this garage sale, at garage sale number two, is the Build-A-Bear reindeer here, which she has a medallion with this dancer. I already looked at her little hoof where the little Build-A-Bear logo is, and it does not have a sound. So she was also 50 cents as well. Other than that, spent $2 at garage sale number two. Garage sale number three really didn't have much to offer with toys or video games or whatnot. But they had one thing that really caught my eye. It was this really cute Christmas ornament of Santa Claus holding a cell phone and standing on a little fold flip phone, which I think that's what it's called or whatnot. I'm not too familiar with these kinds of phones as much, but I could be wrong. And it's really cute or whatnot. I think this might be a Hallmark ornament because I think I remember seeing pictures of this thing online before I actually found it. But I will do some research and see if I'm right or wrong on that one. But anyways, for this ornament alone, it was 25 cents. So garage sale number three, I just only spent a quarter there. And then garage sale number four, which was the one that really threw me off guard for this one. And I spent the most at least. So this one had a little bit of toys, a little bit of furniture, a little bit of everything basically. It was just one of those garage sales. It's like we have a little bit of everything, including video games, toys, all that stuff like that. And they also had something that sometimes, like if you're lucky enough, you get to see Pokemon cards. Um, and these were all sorts of generations and sets of Pokemon cards that I looked through. Like I remember seeing like Diamond and Pearl, a little bit of like old, new, and up to date Pokemon cards. So I kind of looked through the Pokemon cards. The Pokemon cards themselves were basically priced at 25 cents each per card. And I got a couple cards there. So here we have the oldest of the bunch, the fossil edition of Ekans. And I can recognize that because it's got the little hand icon in the corner. And I remember seeing that and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a fossil set, Ekans. I remember having this as a kid, and yeah, it's like in the not the greatest condition, but it's you know worth keeping in the collection. So here is a Ekans card. Next, we have a card from Generation 4. And this one's a little, slightly bent up. But it's not too bad, though. Here's a Chimchar, level 8, Diamond and Pearl edition. I remember I had a card exactly like this. It was a Piplup edition. And yeah, despite a little bit of, like, wear it has on it, I'd still want to keep it. Especially for the memories that I grew up with. And then next, here's another old card. This is unknown, and I think this might have been from Colosseum, if I remember right. But if anyone tells me I got that wrong, here's a little icon in the corner just to show. It's from one of the older Pokemon sets, but I just can't remember exactly which set it is. I think it might be Colosseum, but who knows. But here's the unknown letter M. The next, here is a Eevee from the Team Rocket set, which is a card in particular I don't have. So I ended up getting this one. And then here is a Delta species Pupitar, which I think was around Generation 3 at this time. I think, because I remember getting like a tin with Groudon and Kyogre on it with Delta species too. But I could be wrong. Anyways, Delta species Pupitar, and I got one more card, but I'm not going to show that off because I got that for a friend of mine. So, with the exception of the one card I'm not showing in this video, $1.50 on these guys. So, just put those there for now. And then next, I got a free item from this garage sale too. They had a little mini shelf of free stuff. And one of them is a Logitech webcam. Which I just need to figure out like how I can get it to work or whatnot. But pretty cool, nonetheless. I'll definitely experiment with it and just try to get it to work. And then next, I'm gonna show that off for last. We have some video game consoles. You said video game consoles? Oh yes, I said video game consoles. So, these guys, I was expecting to maybe be outrageously priced at a high price, or in the off slight chance that I got lucky to receive it at a low price. So, these guys were just putting them out on the table at garage sale number 4. And bear with me, this was the last garage sale that I went for the day. And this is the same garage sale that I got the Pokemon cards from, and the webcam. So, they brought up a couple consoles, and they had a couple of video games on their table, which, like, a couple of them I just not really cared for. There was a couple Xbox games and DS and 3DS game. I asked if they had any more video games they wanted to part with, or consoles. And they said that one of their kids was looking for one of the games that they wanted to part with, but they had a hard time finding it. And they said they would get with me in a little bit. So I waited around a little bit. And not only that they brought out this console, which is a 2DS XL. So I know people are gonna say like, but you got it and it has cracks. Yes, I know. There might be a way to fix this. I haven't exactly plugged this in and tested it if it powers on. The dad wasn't sure at least, but they just wanted to part with it because they just didn't have any interest anymore. I'd imagine it still works, but if it has any issues with it, I can probably fix it. So this is the 2DS, not the 2DS XL, but this is the 2DS, the non-folding console. As you can see, it's red and white. It's got a slight crack up here at the top, which is visible. And there's one on the screen, which is just right here, but it's not so deep into the console. So he basically said that they just wanted $3 on the 2DS, which I was fine with. And then the craziest out of the bunch of deals that I have gotten, and I'd be blown away with this as well, but it also made sense on what he told me. Here is a DS Lite. That little sticker, I'm not messing with you. $1 for the DS Lite. And this is a different colored one, which I'm just checking if it has a stylus. Okay, it doesn't have a stylus, which I'm just noticing now, but that is okay. This one I haven't exactly tested yet, but from what they told me at the garage sale, they said that that they last checked with it, it does work. So I'm going to do additional testing to make sure it works. So here is the DS Lite. This is the DS Lite number 1, and I'm not kidding. This is the first DS that I got shown, so I ended up purchasing this for $1. And then they had another DS Lite for sale, which is a pink edition, which I think it's glossy pink, but there was a couple pink variants that I remember growing up. Again, missing stylus, but you know what? That's alright. That's not too bad. I can always get another stylus to replace it. And $1 for this one. So I also bought that one too. And if there's something simple, like wrong with it, I could always fix it. It's not that hard to do, as long as it's not too complicated. And then, to go with the 2DS that I got with the purchase, which I know some people are going to say, like, you should probably untangle that. Yeah, I got plans too. Here is the 2DS charger, or 3DS, for whatever you want to say for 2DS, 2DXL, 3DS XL. You get the gist of it. And then he said there was only one charger available for the DS Lite, but he wasn't sure which one it went with. And I said, that's fine. I can always get another charger for one of the DS Lites later. So here is the charger for the DS Lite. Which is all nice, wrapped up and neat. Well, I wouldn't say that. There's a little knot here, but it shouldn't be affected too much. And then, the best part about it all is during the entire exchange, and I was right about to leave as well, his kids had said, hey, we found another video game that goes with the 2DS. Are you interested in it? And I thought about it a little bit, and I'm like, alright, and I was like, yeah, I'll take a look, and I asked what video game it was, and they said, Well, we don't know what game it is because it's missing the front label. And they kind of asked, like, if I could put it in my 3DS that I had on me to see if I could figure out what game it was. And if it wasn't something that I was interested in, I could tell them, like, all right, it's something I'm not interested in, and like, here you go. This is what it's called, etc., etc. Um, so blank physical cartridge. I'm telling you, it is not a knockoff. It is an official video game, as we'll find out here in a minute. And they offer $5, regardless, even if it is missing the label, and despite the fact that they couldn't, physically test it. I mean, I don't blame them. So here we're going to put this in my blue 3DS that I've had for a while, and just show you what game it is. It's going to take a minute or two for my 3DS to boot, because I have modded this thing. I have been modding this original blue 3DS for a while, and I've had it for a couple years. So let's give it a minute. It pulls up as Omega Ruby. And I remember showing this to them, and I'm like, is this the Pokemon game that you were offering to sell to me? And they're like, yes, yes, like, that's it. Like, I just couldn't tell because it didn't have the label. And I told them, hey, no problem. And I bought the Pokemon Omega Ruby game for the 3DS or 2DS or whatever, for $5. So, and we're just going to take a quick peek of the save file real quick. I already looked in the box. I remember what's in the box, but I'm not really going to take the character all the way to the Pokemon Center for that. And for those who are curious and just wants to see what's on the cartridge, I am more than willing to do that. So here's the player's name. At so 2 badges, 27 Pokemon in the Pokedex, 5 hours and 54 minutes. And then we're going to look at their party. So here we got a Grovyle, a Poochyena, a Wingull, Dustox, Makuhita, and a Zubat. And the only Pokemon that they have in their box is another Zubat in box 1. Which I'm just going to show that these are not shinies by any means. So here's the Grovyle, Poochyena, Wingull, Dustox, Makuhita, and Zubat. So yeah, that is it for today's Goodwill garage sale finds. Pretty good day overall, especially the fact that I managed to get a good deal on a couple DS Lites, a 2DS, which is still fine. I just set that down gently, just so I could show off the game for you guys. The Omega Ruby cartridge game, I mean, this was definitely a good start to Goodwill garage sale this season, not gonna lie. And it kind of has me excited for what will Huber Heights Community garage sales bring. Who knows? It's a mystery. And I look forward to going there. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy today's episode. I will definitely try to get in the swing of things more often with this series. With some additional notes to add aside from this Goodwill garage sale find episode. I will be going to Anthrocon this year. Just want to preference that I am going to be bringing 3 fursuits this year. I will be bringing my Progen, I will be bringing Jabari, and I will be bringing my newest fursuit, which is my Umbreon partial suit. She is a purple and black Umbreon, so the rings are a little bit different colored than an average Umbreon. So, just want to let you guys know about that before I end up forgetting. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you guys in the next one.